Hello! Greetings, friends. Sorry, I'm busting this out down in the theater room tonight. Uh, Figured that would be fun. And to see comments, I've got my laptop on here, so I'm trying to. This laptop is slow, so the comments may be slow. Well, I don't know if any comments are going to pop up here. They might. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. But greetings. Thank you. Well, anyone. I don't know. I don't know who's going to pop in tonight. This was sort of impromptu earlier today, so we'll see how this goes. Um, yeah, I just wanted to. It's been quite a while. I can't remember the last live show that we did, and I just wanted to talk to some of you guys and you know get get things cruising. Okay, yeah. So there is a little delay here, but so yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about um, what's been going on with Wellsville Nights. Um, what's what's going on with my new project and how people can help. I can't divulge what it is yet, um, but it's cool. And then just general, just let's geek out. Let's talk about shit, man. Let's you know, you got questions about the movies? I'll answer. You got questions about the '80s, toys, horror, comics, TV, music, all that shit. Let's go. Okay, so Zach for some reason is watching right now. Thanks, Zach. I see Andrew is on. Andrew Scruggs. Hello, Andrew Scruggs. It's been a Dragon's Age. Oh, Nichol. Nichol is here. Interesting. Nichol, don't divulge what this project is. Please don't. Um, Air producer does not want anyone to know what it is yet, but I can talk about it without saying exactly what it is. Both sets of lips. All right. Andrew says he's working on some short films. That's pretty dope. I hope they're all dedicated to me. And I hope each of your short films has a picture of me in the background somewhere. Like I would put John Stamos in the background of my films. I must be in everything you do from now on. I'm the one, I am the puppet master, and I pull your strings. Pull the strings! Pull the strings! Ah, what is excellent. So, how is everyone? Well, the few people who are here. I know Zach is going to be a father coming up soon. I know Nichol is getting full and ready to breastfeed that child. Um, and Andrew seems to be making some short films. So there we go. That picture better be the wild Indian picture, because I happen to be styling in that one. Wait to see if there's more people pop on and want to talk, want to chat, ask questions, get into the thick of it. I decided to change it up a bit tonight and do the show from down in the movie room as opposed to the humdrum place we always. Nicole, that's not for. You wouldn't be plumping up your resources in your breasticular tissue for the baby. You're doing that just for me in general. I need some colostrum. Need some breast milk. Need to suckle mother's milk. It's been too long. Hey y'all, while y'all are here, why don't you go and hit that like button? Hit the like button. And give us some thumbs up. That helps the algorithms. So while you're here, there's really no reason you shouldn't. Andrew, what happened to Wellsville? As in, what happened to Wellsville Nights? Nothing. Nothing at all. Wellsville Nights is being pitched to possible producers and managers and streamers and whatnot, so that we can, maybe get someone with some real money and a streaming site involved in the project. So that's what's happening with Wellsville Nights at the moment. A producer slash manager does have all the info, and I talked to him for 75 minutes, and it was great, and it's good stuff. It's we made thanks again with the help of Zach. We put together some sizzle reels that they requested, got those out to them, but also sending out to other places, other streamers, other producers, anybody who will look at the pitch package, see if we can't go a little bigger with the project. So nothing really has changed. There's going to be a point at some point down the road where if we're not having a lot of luck with the pro side of things, that we will take it upon ourselves and kickstart the project to do the rest of the 7 episodes of the first season of Wellsville Nights. So Wellsville Nights isn't really going anywhere. The feature that I'm doing is more because I am like raring to go. I'm juiced and creatively impassioned, and if if it were up to me, I would be shooting Wellsville Nights coming up. You know, like May, we'd start shooting. Um, but you know, we're gonna try to really give this a shot. So, in the meantime, while things are simmering and we're trying to do things with Wellsville Nights, um, I got another project going, and so pre-production has started on that. Andrew, I'm really excited for both. Thank you. Me too. Me too. Um, so the new project, you know, so what is it now? It's 20. Shit, it's 23 years since I first met J.R. Bookwalter and got involved with Tempe Entertainment. And because of Debbie Rochon and Doug Sackman, um, you know, and those two first movies we made, Mulva Zombie Ass Kicker and Filthy McNasty, in that time in 2000, 2001, because of all of that, that's the reason why anybody knows who we are, thanks to JR and his company. Uh, and then I was making movies for Tempe Entertainment and JR right up until the end of 2009. Um, but let's just put a cap on it and say 2010 because I did make a movie in 2010 that eventually did end up with Tempe. Uh, so let's say a good 10 years doing stuff for JR and Tempe, and then things switched up, and you know, I made movies for other companies, some successful, some not. But JR and I got together recently and had a really awesome conversation. You know, I mean, a couple of years ago, we put out those, you know, the box set of the 13 movies I made for Tempe, and then he picked up the Weirdsies and finally put it out for Blu-ray and streaming, which is awesome. Um, really excited about that. But you know, the idea of making a new feature for them, modern in today's day and age, was kind of bandied about here and there, and things just sort of aligned at the perfect time. And so JR and I got together um, almost a month ago now, and had a really long dinner and conversation, and it was great. And so hashed something out. You know, I threw some things at him. He threw some things at me. Something became solid and real, and I'm making my next feature for JR and Make Flicks. Um, yeah, so that's what's happening, and so pre-production has already began. I mean, it's things are moving fast. We're shooting in July, and um, yeah, I mean, I'm excited, and I think fans, old school fans, will be excited about it as well. I hope. Um, but there's room for all the new fans to, you know, see what we're rocking with nowadays, and how it's going to be, and the look of it, and what we're doing with everything. And I don't know. I'm excited for it, and you know, we'll have some not all, but most of the crew will be in the film. We got some new people um, that will be in the film that were a part of Wellsville Nights. Uh, and right now, I'm looking for, you know, There's location scouting that needs to happen, but I know what I need, and there's special effects. We need a special effects group. You know, no more than 3 people probably, but to do what we need for the prosthetics and the gore and all of that stuff, which is happening. Um, you know, we need boom mic and sound guy. Um, we need a script supervisor slash slate guy. We need all that. And most, not all, of this stuff is paid. Um, we also, you know, fans. I put up a post that fans can help um, financially towards the overall budget. While we do have an initial budget, it's not 100% what I want it to be, but it's better than usual. That is for sure. And we just need a little bit more to get us in that comfort zone where I'm not going to be too freaking out about it. So we're giving some hardcore fans. I'm going to give some of you hardcore fans a chance to help us out, be an extra, and you know, once I tell you what it is, you know, I'm hoping that some of you would be like, hell yeah, I want to get killed by so and so, you know, something like that. But yeah, so if anybody wants to help that way as well, but you know, we are going to need some extras, and I thought it would be pretty sweet if, you know, some of the hardcore fans ended up being extras in this particular film, because this one is special to a lot of fans, and it's special to what's happening currently, presently, and why this project is even happening in the first place. I wish I could tell you more, but I can't. Mr. Producer, Mr. J.R. Bookwalter, does not want me to announce what the project is quite yet, but I am allowed to, you know, get help and at least let people know that a new feature is happening, finally. I haven't made a feature since 2016, so I'm quite excited to get back rocking and make another LVP/Warlock film. Let's see what people are saying. Nice. Mosley, hello, I see you. Okay, you're here. I, for one, couldn't be more hyped. Been watching a lot of the old Tempe stuff recently while simultaneously gearing up to take my lady on a trip through the Dirty Dozen set, so this is perfect timing. Definitely be kicking some cash towards it. Thank you so much. That we're gonna need. I will tell you what it is. The people who are gonna put some cash towards this movie and will be a part of it in some way, I am going to have to tell you what it is, but I beg of you, please do not let anybody know what it is. And again, it's not like a huge deal. It's not a big deal. To me, I would let everybody know now. But for some reason, JR wants an air of mystery until we're like ready to shoot. So I get it, I guess. So it definitely is not Taint Light 2. So don't worry about that. This is not a sequel. This isn't anything like that. This is, you know, you're not getting a fucking... Teen Ape is not coming back. Bone Jack is not coming back. None of that stuff is going on, so do not worry. Or, I'm sorry to the fans who would think that that's happening, but that's not happening. They are dead. Andrew, I'm going to help out where I can. Thank you, Andrew. You mean by coming out and being the script supervisor / slate artist on the production of the film, right? Cody, much love, Chris. Love the shirt too, buddy. Thank you. Yes. Mum is the word, my friend. Yeah, so if any of you fans want to help out, ask me how you can help out, and what I need on top of the budget we're already getting. Again, this is a layer of cushion for us that I'm asking for additional help. While I would have loved to get the whole thing, again, I'm not complaining. What we're getting is fantastic. So I'm just excited we're going to be out there doing this again. You know, and we're probably going to do. It's like, again, I don't know what he wants me to say, but I mean, I guess it's not a big deal, but we're going to do a little more with it than just as soon as it's made, it's just going to come out on physical and streaming. We're going to do a little bit more with it beforehand, before Makeflix does end up putting it out. So, but it's exciting, and I'll be telling everybody who is in it. The next few months, I have most of the leads down, and now I'm just sort of filling in some of the supporting and then some of the extras. So yeah, and we're gonna shoot it in my hometown. We're gonna shoot it in Wellsville, New York, and we're shooting on, I think, the Red Dragon cameras. We're shooting on some nice fucking cameras. Clint Kelly is, of course, shooting, and our buddy Sean King, who is a cinematographer, and he shot Death of Lantern the remake, and he is a filmmaker in his own right, and he's Mr. Gooligans. If you guys know the Gooligans, it's an awesome team. Him and his buddies created the Gooligans, and he is Void in the Gooligans, but they wrote, produced, created that whole thing, and they were rocking and rolling for 10 plus years. Yeah, Sean King is going to be assistant camera to Clint Kelly. So the thing's going to look, we kind of, every time the technology steps up, we try to step up as well with it. So we, when it went 24p, we went 24p. When it went HD, we went HD. 4K, we go 4K. And this is going to look better than the Weirdsies and Death of Lantern, the remake, combined. I can't wait. Saw the archives. Saw the IG post. Wish I could make the trip out to help, but doing my yearly vacation 2 weeks later. Currently rocking 3 jobs. I can't take off the time. Gladly help with some funding though. Man, 3 jobs. That's nuts. Props to you, my friend. Yeah, so we've got 2 projects happening at the same time. Well, one is marinating, and I mean that Wellsville Nights is ready to go. That first season is written. The battle plan for seasons 1 through 4 is written. The map out of what this world is ready to go. We're just waiting for some happy news for that. And again, if 6 months down the line things still aren't really churning with it, I'm going to have to make a decision whether or not we keep trying to push for a streamer to get behind it, or if we're just going to do it ourselves and kickstart the rest of the season, and then maybe try to, while it's out there, maybe we can get it on, Tubi or something, and sort of gain an audience that way. And maybe we'd be lucky enough to get picked up and do us, you know, the rest of the seasons that we want to do, or at least the second season, you know, by a streamer or whatever. Who knows? Um, but yeah, it'll be nice to get back out there and shoot a feature again after, geez, since 2016. You know, which is awesome. Death of Lantern the remake was the last feature, and I was not happy with that. Oh, that's another thing. Uh, MakeFlix is also going to be the official home of the Death of Lantern Blu-ray. So they are remastering the first two Death of Lanterns and Death of Lantern the remake and putting it on its own Blu-ray. Um, there's new features for them, and there's new commentary tracks for them. And he's cleaning up. He's doing a little bit more to Death of Lantern the remake, and that already looked fucking spectacular. But he's doing something really great with it. But so that's going to have a nice, fresh, official Blu-ray release through MakeFlix coming up. So that's cool. And maybe, I think down the line, I think there's going to be a brand new Evil Knight Blu-ray as well through them. Which is awesome as well. And we'll probably do some new features for that. But we'll see. I'm sure JR would be like, "Why are you talking about this now, Chris? Why did you say all that? Blah, 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 blah." At some point this summer, when you have some free time, you should grab Nicole and do a double feature discussion for the two Guar movies. Doc discussion was rad. Needs a sequel. Thank you. I would be up for that. I'm actually trying to get Guar involved in this new project. Whether or not that happens or not, I don't know. I have an idea for how they can fit into the film, but even if that doesn't work, I have a scene that I would love a certain Guar song to be in. So we'll see. I don't know. That's all sent out, so we'll see what happens with that. I sent the info to the proper channels for the Guar thing, Mosley. So, but we shall see. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be more Guar talk down the road. We'll see. You see me. I meant to mention in the comments of the doc discussion that Sleazy has some pretty sick DVD sets available through his website if you don't have them, or he did last I checked anyway. That's cool. I do have Phallus in Wonderland on DVD, but I don't have Skullhead Face. I kind of would like just to get the original VHS of those. 80s and 90s, early 90s. I guess I don't need this thing open because I can, well, I don't know, maybe. How's everyone rocking? How's everyone doing? Feeling it? Jello Fluoride, what's up, Mr. Chris? Several things, and yet not my penis. Unfortunately. But things are good. My wife is, you know, she recently had surgery this earlier this week, and she's down for the count. So I am taking care of her. But for the most part, she's in semi-good spirits. But she's dealing with a lot of pain as well. But other than that, we're good. Yeah, we can change that, baby. Cody, I sent somebody your way for a copy of Happy Holidays recently. She thought she had all Christmas-related horror until I blew her mind. Well, nobody got a hold of me, but she's probably going to be very disappointed. You know, most people, they have to have that acquired. They have to know what a shot on VHS horror is and what they're in for. And I mean, and with Happy Holidays and with Warlock in general, we're yes, we're giving love to the genre, but we're also poking fun at the genre. So it's a double-edged sword. You can go 50-50. But thanks for promoting and throwing it out there. That's great. Much obliged. See me, beep beep. Oh yeah, she was familiar with the Dingleberries. Sounds suspect. I remember when we put those movies out, when we put Death o' Lantern and Happy Holidays, Dingleberries and that shit, and people were like, they swore up and down the block that they were real, and they were like, oh yeah, I remember these movies. Yeah, when I was young, I used to rent this stuff. I mean, that's part of the joke, and we wanted that sort of, response when we first started putting them out. But come on. Nice guy Eddie. Chris, I love your movies and truly appreciate how you wear your influences on your shoulder with pride. Thank you. I appreciate that you see all of that silliness and buffoonery and the love and the homages and the winks and everything that I am as a human being is poured erotically and sweetly into the films that I make. Nicole, do you happen to have Desiree's? She's trying to contact me, but it's coming up through my phone, and I'm using my phone to shoot the live video. She asked me a question. I'd like to let her know that I'm doing the live show right now, and I can't answer it, but I will when I'm done. This is just Desiree, not Chris, so don't contact Chris. If you can get a hold of Desiree and just say, hey, Chris is doing a live show right now on the YouTube, he will talk to you later. Sorry, guys. But LBP's own Desiree is hollering at me. Yeah, Nicole, if you can't get a hold of Des, tell her to come on the live stream right now and talk to the people in the chat. Mosley, I feel like Chris wears his influences more like a luxurious decorative codpiece that he thrusts majestically into the nooks and crannies of every project. I would agree as well. Cody, I got a fangirl over her music a bit. She's got a lot of it. I mean, she is an artiste. She's only a few of her songs are throughout the world of you know Chris Seaver movies, but she's got a lot. Follow Desiree. Follow all the LBP and Warlock people on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. Cody, dude, it rules so hard. The intro to Bloodfart is one of my favorite openings in film history. That's funny. Not one of my favorites from her, but we needed a song and it went in there. I normally don't listen to that music, and nothing against Desiree. She kicks ass. I mean, she's one of the family, and she has an incredible voice. But that music is not my brand of music that we have in the opening of Bloodfart Lake. But no, Cody, it's not just about ska. It's just because you want to find out what I like musically. All you got to do is ask, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything musically that I like, and I'll certainly tell you everything musically that I fucking hate. Nicole. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. You can. I mean, you could try sending an IG PM to Des and just say, "Hey, Chris is on the live stream right now. That's why he's not texting you back." Um, that song works great for an opening, though. Jello, ooh, I've been trying to get a track list for Carnage for the Destroyer. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely part of when I'm writing these scripts. I have music. I have like scene music in my head that I want to use for a lot of the stuff. Obviously, some stuff we can't use, but some stuff we can, and that's sort of where all of that stuff comes from. Um, got music cues in certain scenes. She's no Bingo Bango or Mashfaratu, but she still rips. That's true. No one is as dope as Bingo Bango and Mashfaratu. And the Bunyan Cunts. These are all bands that I made up that are throughout the films. The Warriors of Christmas, the Bunyan Cunts, the Mashfaratu, uh, Bingo Bango, the Creepy Assholes. They're all in there. Some of them we actually have songs too that we made. Um, and we do plan on doing more with them. We actually, and specifically in Wellsville Nights, there's something with those bands. So, the Gooch, Mr. Sievich, how you doing, sir? I'm doing splendid. There's a bunch we've already talked about, so once we're done, you can go back and listen to what we talked about, and Cody, yes, Henry Lee Summer truly exists. He certainly does. Perhaps one of these days I'll do a music specific episode of all the music that I like. Or you can just ask me and I'll tell you. No, he is no Gurf Morlix. Nichol. Des got the message. Yeah, do an episode. Thank you, Nicole. Cody, I did mention Wellsville Nights earlier in this video. And I mentioned my new project, which, yeah, just go back. I mean, I might repeat a few things near the end when I'm done talking here, but um, but yeah, you can get the info in the beginning of the video. And please do listen to it because there's some very exciting information. Well, okay, Nicole, that's great. I know she goes to sleep around this time, so I do want to talk to her though. And if she's not too busy, if she does want to come into the live show, at least just for a second or two, and just say hi to everybody in the chat. She does have some fans here, uh, so you know. Cody, you've been needing me to do a music episode. Is that just because you want to know all of the music that I listen to? I mean, you could have asked me any time. um, you know, or is it just specifically like you want me to talk about the? I mean, if you want to know my personal taste in music, yeah, I can do an episode like that. But I can also, I mean, right now, if you want to know like some of the bands, um, or you know, albums, people who have contributed to our soundtracks and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess I could do that too. So the songs that are in my movies, you wanna talk about all the artists that are in my flicks. That I don't know if I'll do like a full episode. I mean, you can, um, I mean, you can talk to me about that right now. I'm live. You know, if there's certain, or you can do some homework and you guys can like go through some of the movies and like write down like, who's this? What's this? What's this song? What's this band? Like, you know, and I can tell you as best I can. You know, I've been making these movies for so long. There's some people that I don't even remember, you know, who the bands were or how to get a hold of them, or they're probably not bands anymore. You know, but we'll see. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. In fact, I might do that soon. Cody, yes. I mean, my favorite band ever, any genre, My favorite band is Oingo Boingo, and it has been since I was a wee lad. So, yes, uh, I am an unabashed Oingo Boingo fan. Need to fire up them Scatterday night sessions again one of these days. A lot of bands I've collected since you stoked my interest in the genre that I'd love to hear you guys talk about. Believe me, fucking, it's Casey, man. Casey. Like, you know, trying to get him to fucking do anything is ridiculous because he can't sit still. He's got to do like 10 things at once and not live his life. Yes, he's a new father, but come on. He's she's gonna be 4 years old this year. He's got time. I went through it. I know how it is. My kid's gonna be 16. Come on now. But anyway, yeah, it's usually Casey. If he can fucking give me 2 hours a time. Oof. Hey, look, guys in the live chat, you are witnessing the ascension or descension, the descent and ascension, and the erotic flavors of Miss Desiree. Desiree from my films and part of the family, part of the group, the wonderful Desiree. She is here in the chat, so you guys can say hello. Do I need to run down her credits, folks? She's been in the LBP business. She's been in my heart and my soul and my taint and my pouch since 2005. She is here, Miss Desiree, just to say hello to you fans. So there you go. Ski Wolf, Filthy McNasty 4, Heather and Pugly, Cockblock the Apocalypse. My God. The music of Destruction Kings and Terror Bloodfart Lake. Phantom of the Grindhouse, The Weird Z's, Wellsville Nights. Good God. I don't know. You've done so many with us. See, Mosley says, if you haven't seen her films with Chris, fix it immediately. Dez is an absolute legend. There you go, Dez. Cody says, Mosley, agreed, gorgeous and funny. Hell, all of Seaver's casting is grade A prime gold. Thank you. The ones that are still here are the ones that've got it. They've got it. And they've touched my heart and farts and genital region, my nips and tips and whips. Yes, of course, Cody. There are, there. I'm blessed with the people who are still here, you know, and some I kicked out, some left of their own volition. Some were just bringing bad juju to the group and to the, the proceedings. But the ones that are still here are whew, true family members, troopers to the end. All lovingly captured in the documentary Zero Budget Heroes: The Legend of Chris Seaver and Low Budget Pictures, which has finished its Film Fest uh, uh, adventures, and Zach hopefully will have news soon about the release schedule of said documentary that he spent many years of his life on and deserves to be out there seen by the masses. Right, Zach Olivares? Ooh, see? High praise there, Zach, who is also in the chat. Mosley says, amazing doc, right up there with This Is Guar. And I would agree. Des, I was just watching Filthy McNasty 4 the other day. I think I sent you a picture of it while I was watching, but great performance. That's my favorite of the Filthy McNasty movies, is part 4. I think it's pretty hilarious. And it was more in tune with, you know, what I like to do as a filmmaker as opposed to the pushing the boundaries just for pushing the boundaries' sake. Conference me in, ho? What you talking about, Willis? Andrew Scruggs, he says, Zach, when are you releasing it? That's something I think we'd all like to know. I don't think Zach will release it until probably 3 years from now, when I'm dead in a ditch. He seems to have an aversion of promoting the documentary that he spent his his long years and money and time and sweat and cream and blood on, and I think he's just content with, I did it and now I can move on. Who knows? Des, you are joining live. You're here live. My live shit. You want to be? You want to follow me on the turlet, and I will shit for you live. You can hold my hands through the internet as I squeeze out some green apple splatters. Des, I don't know if you saw earlier in the post, but you've got some fans of your vocal stylings down in there too, and I think they want some of that sweet music of yours. Do you know, Des, the Destruction Kings song is on still in my playlist on my phone, and it still shreds. Yes, yes, they were talking about your the song that opens Bloodfart Lake. See that, folks, in the chat? See what Des is saying? She would love to share her music. Get at her. Talk to her about her dulcet tones. Yeah, man, that fucking song shreds. The Destruction Kings. It's just a insane metal elevation. That song, it just keeps going. You know, listening to it, I was like, okay, so because folks, if you didn't know, I wrote the lyrics to the Destruction King song, and then sent them off to her, and then they did what is there. That is, you know, whew, that shit's awesome. I couldn't believe it. I remember getting that shit back and just being like, this is so so much better than I thought it was going to be in my head. Like it was just so like fucking tight. Oh yeah, see you got this. Chasing Down the Sunset is my jam. Cody says. Andrew, wait, the song at the beginning of Bloodfart is by you. I love it. Yes, that is Des. Um, yeah, we use her song in a few of the flicks throughout the years, but she also, she did the Destruction King song, um, which again, you gotta go and listen to that song, or if you need it, either ask her or me, and I can send the whole song to you because you gotta hear that metal elevation to Destruction Kings. It's so fucking good. Um, and again, like if you guys watch the Weirdsies, you know there's that scene where she sings "My dick is too hot" or "My pussy's too hot." So the lyrics um, are for a song that I did called "My Dick Is Too Hot," which also does show up throughout the films. Um, and so for the Weirdsies, I wanted that scene. Originally, it was a video. It was a music video just starts um, in that campfire scene in the Weirdsies where they're all sort of coming to terms with everything that's happening and they're sort of like, telling the truth to everybody. And her, Dez's character decides to sing what she's feeling in her head. So I just turned the "My dick is too hot" into "My pussy's too hot." Um, Told her and Kate to rework the song, and we were going to do a music video for it. That didn't happen, of course, but we still I still demanded that be in the movie. I did not want to cut that scene. So Des and Kate took what I gave them and then turned it into what's in the film, and then it was shot raw right there as we were shooting it. And so that wasn't pre-recorded or re-recorded. That was just all there raw. And Des and Kate came up with that like hours before we started shooting. The lyrics were mine and from "My Dick Is Too Hot," but the way it was arranged and turned into this heartfelt thing That was Des and Kate. Um, Cody, Chris, I'm not joking, man. I obsess over all y'all. Y'all are my happy place. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Des, I just yell into the mic for attention. Mosley. Cody says, my pussy's too hot. Mosley, my lady has been quoting the Weirdsies song a fair amount since I showed her. Was her first Zebra flick. Excellent. Good. Uh, Des and Zach, please host me anytime. I'm dying to get away. Oh yes, I asked Chris if we could cut the song because I was so insecure about my farts and plops. You did ask to cut the song, and I said no. It ain't getting cut. And then it turned out beautifully. And the original song, My Dick is Too Hot, you can hear in other Chris Seaver movies. But if you guys do want like the actual song, I have an MP3 of it. You're damn right it's a good call because it's a great scene. It's a great scene. It's heartfelt and it's funny, and it just adds to the magic of that whole scene. So yes, you're damn right. I was not gonna let that get cut, and you did awesome. You guys rocked. Cody, I posted the link. You mean to Dick is Too Hot? Yeah, like when I wrote the song, we made like a shitty, like funny little music video to it that is sort of nonsensical. Um, but yeah. So weird. I'm getting so many of these fucking. This message is held for review. Just because, like, the word ass or, like, a weird emoji is in it. And I'm sitting here hitting show, and they're not showing up, which is so bizarre to me. But, okay. Anyway. Oh yeah. So on the convention front, we are going back to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, March 16th, 17th, and 18th for the Creature Feature Weekend convention. And we'll be set up there. We'll have all the newer Blu-rays and maybe there'll be a new Blu-ray. I'm not sure. I have to talk to Zach about that. Probably not. I don't know. Very busy. He's got a kid coming. But a few of us will be at Creature Feature Weekend in Gettysburg, PA, selling some goods, and then at the end of April or mid-April, I'm gonna be in Tampa, Florida, at the Tampa Bay Screams Convention. I am a guest, along with J.R. Bookwalter and Fred Olen Ray and a bunch of other people. Camille Keaton and I don't know, a lot of the underground drive-in type sleazy B movie folk. And I've been going to conventions since 1993, selling at conventions since 1996, and in all of that time, I have not sold or met any fans or been to any convention where I've sold in Florida. I've been to conventions in Florida, but I've never been a guest and or sold in Florida, so that should be fun. It'll be nice to you know nice to meet some possible fans that are out there in Tampa. So that's cool. Nicole, I'll be so close to Tampa in April, but a week too early. How could you? Des, so I know you did send me that text. It popped up because I'm using my phone to do this. So I know you go to bed pretty early. But I will talk to you. I will answer you. I'm not going to do this live thing for too much longer because I have to help the lady. She is sort of on bed rest and she is healing up from a surgery she had earlier this week. Andrew, I'm hoping to go to Tampa or Pennsylvania, but it doesn't seem like I'll be able to. That's fine. It's not a big deal. But, if you do want to help out making the movie this summer, let me know. Yeah, Cody, one of these days, I will be doing that, the monster. What's that? There's a convention out there in North Carolina. Mad Monster Party. That's the one that happens out there in North Carolina or South Carolina, or one of those, one of those Carolinas, somewhere out there. But I'd like to go there. Fuck that tropical plant. Des. No, I know. She knows. She's good. She lets me know if she knows what's happening right now, and I had to run it by her and everything, and she's good. Day by day, she's getting better. But I, of course, have been helping her through this tough time and all of her pain the best I can. But, what are you guys watching? You guys watching Last of Us? Come on now. Great show. You know what's coming back? Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets is coming back. And on March, when did we say? March 4th? Right, Nicole? We're having a, see, as you guys know, I like to do events in my home, in the theater. Do it all the time. We did a pretty successful Saturday morning sleepover a bit ago. That was fun. Had some new people here. But yeah, every few months I like to do some new stuff. So February 25th, we're doing a Freddy and Jason marathon because there's a lot of, particularly on the Jason side of things, there's a lot of anniversaries happening. So we're gonna do, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 because it's celebrating its 35th anniversary, and then we're doing Friday the 13th Part 7 celebrating its 35th anniversary. Then we're doing Jason Goes to Hell, which is celebrating its 30th anniversary. And then we're doing Freddy vs. Jason, which is celebrating its 20th anniversary. So we're doing that the 25th, but then March, I want to say that the first Saturday in March, we're doing our Yellow Jackets rewatch. And a bunch of us are getting together and watching the entire first season again. And there might be a couple people there who haven't watched Yellow Jackets yet, but it's so great, such a great show, and then we'll be all ready and rocking for the second season of Yellow Jackets, which starts very soon. So, you best believe you're watching Last of Us. Des, we're watching My 600-Pound Life presently. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourselves? You guys are gross. You guys are masochists. I never want to be like this, so I'll watch the struggle. Huzzah for Yellow Jackets. That's right. Making me feel old. Stop it. I remember building the 35mm print for Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah, man. I have a story for Freddy vs. Jason. About the opening night. Oh, well, the crazy night. I don't know. If you want to know, I'll tell it. But if not, there's a video down below. Friday the 13th themed video that Clint and I do, and I talk about the crazy goings on for Freddy vs. Jason when that was happening. Andrew, I've been told to watch Yellow Jackets, still haven't gotten around to it. It's great. It's so good. It's nostalgia, it's horror, it's comedy, it's mystery, it's brutality, it's weird. I really love it. Zach says, tell it again. Zach, you were there. You shot the video of the story about Freddy vs. Jason. Mosley says, Chris's Freddy vs. Jason story is definitely worth hearing. Pretty rad. Could almost write a short film around it. I don't think it's that involved or appealing, but it was cool. All right, so obviously, so I've been obsessed with the idea of Freddy vs. Jason for years. In 1988, the original Friday the 13th Part 7 was supposed to be Freddy vs. Jason, and I read about it in Fangoria, and I wanted to see it. Obviously, it took many, many years. I grew up giant fucking fan of the Freddy and Jason films and followed the progression of those movies being made. The original release of Jason Goes to Hell was supposed to be in '92. Kane Hodder came to Wellsville. I have that video still, actually, and we went to see Kane Hodder. He was doing a talking about the movie. Told us the title of Freddy of Jason Goes to Hell, which wasn't official yet, but he told us it. It got pushed back. It ultimately came out in '93. We all went to see Jason Goes to Hell in theaters. We dressed up my buddy Brad Goff as Jason and walked him up and down the aisles, and people loved it. People went apeshit for Freddy vs. Jason because of the glove that pops up at the end of Jason Goes to Hell, and the theater we were in went apeshit. Brad is dressed in fucking Jason and he's like cheering and everything. Um, they grab the mask. The setup is there, and so a week later, I'm out there shooting Jason versus Freddy, our LVP version of the matchup, um, which one lucky fan does have. He has that original. He has the VHS of Jason versus Freddy, um, which led to a bunch of, I mean, I was making Jason and Freddy fan films forever. Anyway, I have wanted to see this Freddy versus Jason. I used to draw my own posters of the matchup. Uh, you know, Come to 2002 and they start the production finally for real on Freddy versus Jason. I follow it. Um, it's going to come out in August of 2003. But months and months and months before that, I don't know. So there was this guy um, who was an associate producer at New Line, and he was young. He was a little younger than me at the time, but he was an associate producer, and he too was he was one of the big reasons why Freddy vs. Jason actually finally happened. And so I had been talking to him off and on through film forums and whatnot, and I told him I was like, hey, listen, when this movie comes out, I sort of want to do something really special here in Rochester for the release of the film. And I told him my idea, which was I want to host the first midnight show for the film in Rochester, New York, at Cinemark Tinseltown, which is one of our big theaters here in Rochester that has the IMAX and everything in it. And I wanted to really make it special. I wanted to do trivia. I wanted to have like food and cupcakes and things for the audience because I knew it was going to be a packed. I knew it was going to be a packed, if not sold out show if we hosted a midnight show of Freddy vs. Jason on the premiere. And I wanted to hype it up, and so I had to ask permission. Like, this is a New Line movie, and I was just like, listen, we want to put it on the radio, and we want to make sure that the people come out for this thing. And so he, like, a little bit goes by, and I get a personal email from him. His name was Jeffrey Katz. And he said, hey man, like, I love this idea. I love your passion. I love, that you want to do this. And he's like, you have the full support from New Line. He's like, but I want to see pictures. I want to, he's like, you can promote this however way you want to. And obviously they had to get a hold of Tinseltown to sort of make it official that we were going to do, because none of the other theaters were going to do a midnight show at that time. So we were going to do it in Rochester. So they had to get a hold of Cinemark. I had to go meet with the folks at Tinseltown and pitch them what I wanted to do, and let them know that it would be radio play and everything, and we'd really get it going and promote it, and it would be great for the theater, and we'd get a nice audience and all this stuff, and they said yes. And so we made this giant, like, Freddy vs. Jason banner that hung at Tinseltown for this big midnight release party. It really was going to be a party. So they were on board, and then we did radio spots for the promotion of it, and it was awesome, and we were just really excited and pumped up. We also made, like, our own, like, t-shirts sort of promoting it, because this was a big deal, especially to horror kids and monster kids and everything. Like, again, since the fucking late '80s, I wanted to see these guys fight, and so this was a big deal, and I thought it deserved something special. Um, so about a month goes by, and I'm walking to my apartment, and outside of my door is a giant box, just a huge box, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And on the, you know, on the label it says New Line Cinema, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I open my door, bring the box in, open the box, and inside the box are like tons of Freddy vs. Jason theatrical posters, Freddy vs. Jason soundtracks, Freddy vs. Jason novels, the novelization, Freddy vs. Jason movie magazines, Freddy vs. Jason Camp Crystal Lake Counselor T-shirts, um, like ridiculous like novelty bits for Freddy vs. like fake uh, canisters of the Hypnosil from Dream Warriors and Freddy vs. Jason. So Hypnosil, like fake bottles of Hypnosil is in there. Just all of this swag from New Line Cinema, and then a note that says this can all be for your promotional, like for trivia, like giving it out to as prizes and people like that to the people in the audience. And I was just like, this is amazing. You know, like obviously I kept, us, the group that we were setting it up, like Meredith was a part of it, Casey was a part of it, and we were all setting it up. And so of course we took stuff for ourselves as well. But and so we were like, this is awesome. This is gonna be great. This is what a fucking night, you know. So it comes to the day of the the midnight show, and what happens? Well, I'll tell you what happens. A rolling blackout happens, and it's mostly East Coast, and so we're like, what the fuck is going on? And it was a big deal. It was on the news. It was definitely a big deal. It was like this was a huge blackout um, on the premiere night of Freddy vs. Jason. Well, the midnight show that we were going to be doing, right? Um, and so we're like calling the theater. We're like, what the fuck is going on? You know, they're like, oh, everything went out. And so the day we're just sort of like watching the theater. We're talking to the theater. We're making sure that like, oh no, we're hoping that the power is going to come back on and everything. And ultimately, like Tinseltown called it. They were just were like, no, it ain't happening. Like it's all we don't have power. Nothing's happening. So it's not happening. And we were fucking bummed. We were so upset. So uh, somehow, I don't know why this happened, but Casey had a friend in Buffalo, which is about an hour away from Rochester. So Casey is calling up his friend. His friend worked at a movie theater, this random theater in Buffalo that for some reason still had power, but wasn't really like showing anything, wasn't doing any business because power wasn't happening elsewhere. So this one theater in Buffalo had power, and Casey's like, dude, like trying to explain to him what happened, and he goes, "Is there any way you can show Freddy versus Jason tonight?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm actually like I'm stringing it up. This was still 35 millimeters, so I'm stringing it up, and I'm doing just like a cast, not a cast, but a theater group showing tonight for just the people who work at the theater, the film crew group." And he's like, "If you want to come out to Buffalo, you guys can see it." And so we're like, Hell fucking yes. So, me and Casey and Meredith drive out to Buffalo for the midnight to hang with these guys at the theater to watch Freddy vs. Jason. So for us, we still got to watch Freddy vs. Jason at midnight. So what happened was the next day, the theater was the power was back on, everything was fine. So the theater and I talked to each other, and we made it so that the 7 o'clock showing on that Friday, we would do the big, you know, uh, we would do the big party. So we had the trivia, we had cameras there, we had all the swag from New Line, we had a cake, we had the whole thing set up. So before the screening, um, we still had to basically promote as best we could. Like I remember we went out to the theater and we were like talking to everybody going to like other shows and just saying, hey, this is still happening. Like it's now it's 7 o'clock. We had to like change the time and everything, and it was a sold out 7 o'clock show. And we got to do what we wanted to do, even though the three of us still got to see Freddy vs. Jason the night before, so we knew what they were in for. It was great to see it with this packed audience. We did the trivia, we did the cake, we gave the stuff to the trivia people, but by the end of it we were like, everybody just gets free shit because they sent us so much shit. And so it was awesome, and we got to see it with this rowdy crowd, and you know, it was a great time. And long-winded, that's my Freddy versus Jason story. If you're still listening, kudos to you. These couple of these idiots still wanted me to tell the story when you could have just watched the Friday the 13th themed video down below. But there was my story, long-winded. I hope you enjoyed it. So Freddy vs. Jason is near and dear to my heart, and the anniversary is 20. It's 20 years old. So I have something special to talk about. Mosley, no. That would be pretty sick. Red, gory throwback to your fan films days and a sick retelling of a pretty gnarly true story. Zach, haha, tell it again. Once more, I left the room. Great story. Again. Yeah. So, thanks. There, that's the Freddy vs. Jason story. And so, I'll never forget it. Yeah. And I still have pictures of it to this day. Not digital, because that really wasn't like a giant thing in 2003. It wasn't like huge then. So I have like actual photos. Yeah, I still have from that night. From that box of goodies. I still have a lot of the things that I got from New Line, but the poster is right up there. That is from that swag that I got. My movie magazines from that box are still over there from Freddy vs. Jason. I still have the Hypnosil from Freddy vs. Jason. Haha, Cody. No more. But anyway, so what's up, guys? Because I'm gonna be leaving soon. If you guys want to talk a little more, you guys have some questions. Cody, I know you can go back and rewatch what we talked about in the beginning. That'll give you up to speed. I have packets of There's Something About Mary hair gel. Send some, I could use it. Oh, and Nicole, I think our next Saturday morning sleepover is probably going to be April or May. It might be May. Might be late April or early May. That'll probably be the next actual Saturday morning sleepover with the nostalgia stuff. But we'll be doing more of these movie get-togethers all throughout. Just so you know, you didn't have to. Yeah, there's been meaning to email and check in and see what you've been up to. Yeah, you know, um, thought it would be fun to talk with the fans. It's been a while. Um, there was some news, so we have that. I also shot just recently posted up a new movie room tour is up, and then a new video of my 80s and 90s physical media collection is up on the channel. And I just shot the updated 80s room tour, so that'll be going up very soon. I'll be doing a physical media collection update as well. I'm going to be going through all of my horror, action, and sci-fi in one video, and then I'll be doing like comedy and other things in a different video. But I guess I'll be making a music episode as well. The music that I love and some of the music that I use in my films, I guess. So I'll be doing that too. So there we go. Hopefully be doing some new stuff with Casey. And Nicole, I mean, if you ever want to, shoot some more crept episodes, just let me know. Come on over and we'll shoot some episodes. We'll see if Jeremy's supposed to possibly come over this Sunday. We'll see about that, Nicole, don't worry. Big Bearded Beast Collector, need an updated tour of all your new pickups. There hasn't really been new pickups really, but you can just watch all the new videos and see if you like them. But there haven't really been any new pickups. Cody, yes, so looking forward to that. Chris, I always want to come over and play. Well, when you have time, Anyway, if that's it, guys. So the holiday short, like, I don't know why I keep trying to do these holiday shorts. Because the last few years, they just keep getting fucked over. So I did pay for some things for the holiday short. I mean, the holiday short alone was only like going to be like $200-300, maybe $400 if that. But the holiday short got fucked over. The good thing about the holiday short, I guess the good thing about that is that I got some, the money that was spent on that went to things that can be spent, that can be used in this new project, actually. And not just this new project, but also in Wellsville Nights, which turns out a good thing. But yeah, every time I write a fucking holiday short lately, they just get jacked up, which is extremely unfortunate. However, thanks to this new Blu-ray, there's a new Death of Lantern Blu-ray that's coming out. But in preparing that and talking with Casey and you know the others about the Death of Lantern, you know, Death of Lantern 3 is still very much a thing that is on the horizon for VHS. Um, and I wouldn't be surprised if that finally sees the light of day in lieu of trying to do another holiday special this coming up holiday. So I wouldn't be surprised if come September we finally do Death of Lantern 3, the real Death of Lantern 3, which would continue from the shot on VHS Death of Lantern 1 and 2. You know, so who's talking to me? Big bearded beast collector. I don't know how many games you play, if any, but you need to check out the new Dead Space remake. I don't really play games, brother. I'm not a gamer. My wife is. I stick to the old consoles. You know. I'm a '70s. Well, I'm a '70s baby and grew up in the '80s, so my consoles are still gonna be, you know, Atari and Nintendo and Super Nintendo and all that stuff. I like those games. My wife, however, ooh, that's another video. Like I've gotten requests to do a video of my wife's game room, and I will. She finally has it to where she likes it. Likes it enough for me to, you know, take video of it. Yeah, she does a lot of the newer stuff. And I stick to the old. I prefer the old stuff, the stuff that I grew up with. But she does too. I mean, she has, you know, a space for her old stuff, and then all her space for the newer stuff. Yes, Stingy Jack is indeed coming back. Might as well. I assume that means your wife is a gamer, big gamer. Mosley, need a Zack style Swanky Modes doc. Could coincide with a reunion world tour. No. Swanky Modes. Swanky Modes, if you want to know about Swanky Modes, you can watch the video about the Swanky Modes down on the channel. It was a ska band that I had from '95 to '98. And we talk about that on the channel. I still have all my raw tapes, the Swanky Modes. I have almost all of our concerts on VHS, but I have most of our music still on like cassette tapes from the 2 times that we recorded. The Swanky Modes. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff coming up, guys. And for some of the newcomers who just joined the chat, you can go back and watch the beginning of the stuff and hear what we talk about. I talk about Wellsville Nights, and I talk about my new project as well, and how fans can help. If you want to follow and keep up to date, you can follow me on Instagram, which is Warlock Home Video. You can follow us on Facebook at Warlock Home Video Network, which is on Facebook. Also my personal, Christopher J. Seaver. That's all on the Facebook. But, you know, I post a lot of updates of things that are happening and things of that nature, and things on there. But yeah, you know, the videos, we'll keep them coming. Like I said, I just shot my 80s room update tour, but we'll be doing the videos and the collection vids, and now I got music. But I'm telling you, I tell you this all the time, I've got a list of episodes that I want to shoot, but I want more people to be with me. And, you know, I need Casey to do some of these things, but he's just so unavailable to me. Um, but I like bouncing off of people, so. Cody, I'm glad this year is going to be stoinky for you, good sir. You deserve the best. Thank you, thank you. Yes, it's nice. It's going to be nice to get back to shooting after so long. You know, I mean, we shot Wellsville Nights. That was a pilot. It wasn't a feature, but Wellsville Nights was, I mean, such a great time, and it really like brought back the magic and the passion, and so I'm excited to get out there and shoot this feature this year, while the Wellsville Nights is still marinating, and things are still happening with that. So, yeah, it's exciting, you know. And I'm turning 46 this year, and my son is turning 16 next month. Whew. Things are happening, man. 46 maybe in my body, on the crotchetiness and the aching bones and whatnot, but inside I'm still a 10-year-old. Inside I'm still a child growing up in the 80s and all that good stuff. I will. Archive. I definitely will. Stoink, stoink, indeed. But all right. Unless you guys have anything else, I'm gonna split. And I really appreciate you guys coming on and talking tonight. It was awesome of you. And hopefully we'll do it again soon, real soon. And keep keep tasting the magic. You guys can holla at me personally if you want to email or talk. You know where to find me on all those sites I just told you. And my email is warlockhomevideo@gmail.com and all of that good stuff. And some of you even have my text. You can text me. But anyway, you guys want to talk more? Let's keep going. We'll talk later date. Thank you for popping in, and you know, enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you later. Have a delicious, delicious night.